Here. I've just been running my podcasting workshop for a client, and I enjoyed it so much. I thought I'm going to come on and I'm going to tell you all about some other training that we're running. Sometimes you have days where it's like, yeah, I know why I do this. I have a lot of days like that, to be honest, but some more than others. And I think, as it feels like the world is opening up again, or business life is opening up again after a really just horrendous 18 months. And I don't know about you, but I've been really quite struck the last few days, quite down about the situation in Afghanistan, which is just abysmal, really. And, God help them all. I hope that our leaders make some good decisions in the coming days. But then I had this time this morning with this group of people, and I just thought, what brilliant people, what brilliant organisation. It was some work I was doing for some of these sport governing bodies, and, it just reminded me of, why I do this and what I enjoy, helping people who are already doing good things take what they've got to a bigger audience. Ultimately, if we can improve communication in sport, then we get more people taking part in sport, and our country benefits. And God, we're so fortunate enough in this country, so many of us, to be able to take part in sport, and some of the governing bodies I was talking to, they're all about, increasing access, finding these hard to reach groups, thinking, why do this group of people not learn to swim? Maybe there's something, maybe we can help them. If you contrast that with the life that is facing, or the harsh reality that's going to be facing some people in other parts of the world, I thought, my goodness me, there's a lot to celebrate, and that's what I try to do. So, really positive, making a difference. And I always learn from these people as well. I love the clients that we work with, learn so much from working with them. Anyway, all of that is a roundabout way of saying some great training this morning, great group of clients. They're going to do off, it was podcasting. They're going to go off, they're going to make some fantastic podcasts. And I am running another podcasting session in September. And this one is for the Chartered Institute of Public Relations. And it's the Introduction to Podcasting course. It's on the 8th of September. And you can get tickets for this now from CIPR website. Hit them up on social media. They're CIPR_global, and you'll get all their stuff. So there's a whole calendar of events. This is a great time to invest in yourself. Better still if you can get your organisation to pay for it as well. One of the wonderful things about the CIPR courses, and you can see the whole calendar on here, is you'll be in a group in amongst other people probably quite like you, other communications professionals, people dealing with similar situations, or that, they might already have solved some of the issues that you're grappling with, right? And vice versa. So there's a lot you can learn from each other. I mean, look at this, 1 month in September, and look at the range and variety of courses. Now, here's the thing. Your organisation might even already have a membership of the CIPR. So this could be very cost effective for you. I mean, things like building resilience, stakeholder engagement, storytelling. We hear so much importance is attached to storytelling. And Mark Egan is one of the most powerful storytellers in this business, with a track record to prove it. Brilliant guy. Fantastic session. Francesca Granelli there on the 15th of September with the CIPR, Strategic Internal Communication and Employee Engagement. Whole day, a whole session dedicated to that. Not tagged on to the end, but someone that lives and breathes this, and other people living and breathing it as well that you can learn from. And then the podcasting one, I remember when we moved last spring to virtual delivery, and I thought, right, podcasting, can this work? How's podcasting going to work as remote delivery? And it works, amazingly well. Get some great results. So it's kind of blended. There's tutorial videos in there as well when they do the audio editing. Lots of opportunity to get involved and ask questions. And one of the most exciting things about this podcasting course is that when I've run it previously, in fact, I remember when I ran it in London, and the following day I had the course the next day, stayed the next day, came back up. So the day after the course, I get an email when I'm on the train from one of the participants on the podcasting course who said, here's my podcast. He said, I was on your course yesterday. I've now published a podcast. Here it is. Do you want to listen to it? That's how quickly we can turn things around for you with podcasting. And if you don't have a budget, or you don't have equipment, or you just have to make do with what you have, or your podcast is just going to be the recording of a Zoom call, we can make that work. You can get great results from your podcast in a very, very simple setup. So I hope you join me 8th of September with the CIPR for the Introduction to Podcasting workshop, and just check out cipr.co.uk if you want to know more about that. That's cipr.co.uk, and they'll get you booked on to the podcasting workshop. Although it's a webinar, we keep the numbers nice and small, so there's not going to be like dozens of people there. You get lots of personal attention. So cipr.co.uk for the Introduction to Podcasting workshop on the 8th of September. Let me also, while I'm here, tell you about this webinar that I am running with NS Design, with Gary from NS Design. This is on the 27th of August, so this is a week on Friday, and you'll see here, boost engagement. That's really what it's about. This is helping your business get greater engagement, greater reach, greater results from social media. We've still got some tickets for this. It often sells out. It's been a wee bit different since we started the webinar delivery. We've dropped the price, only £40 plus VAT per person to take part in this. Come and join us, the Embrace the Space social media webinar. We've been running these sessions for, about 11 years now. And if you want to know more about this one, by the way, it's just Embrace the Space. I'll pop this into the live chat. embracethespace.co.uk. We always update this course, so now we talk about, things like TikTok and Instagram Reels, and there's much more emphasis on video. But, it's not just social media. We get into the nuts and bolts of customer service. We help you understand who your audience is. Again, there'll be other people on the session, other businesses from a variety of sectors that you can learn from. So 27th of August, £40 plus VAT per head, the Embrace the Space social media training. It's good fun as well. Gary and I do it together, so there's lots of energy and atmosphere. It's not just like one person talking to you the whole time. Different tasks, lots of opportunity to ask questions as well. And, people tell us it's an inspiring day, and so much so that's why we wrote the book. You might be familiar with the Embrace the Space book that we did, which became an Amazon bestseller. Now, we wouldn't have done that if we didn't think that this course had merit. So we'd love you if you came and join us on the 27th of August. And we're also running some stuff with our business Comsteria. Comsteria.co.uk. What we've done is we've put on some quite specific sessions that we think people really want to learn about. And if you go to comsteria.co.uk/events, you'll see some of the stuff that we've got coming up. So on the 30th of August, these are just 2 hours, so kind of bite-sized sessions, if you like. We're running a session on live streaming. Now, this, I think, it's kind of too much to cover in a general social media day, but it's something that we get asked about more and more and more. We know there's organizations and communications professionals and, third sector organizations that want to get into live streaming, but they don't know how. So we're going to give you this session. It's £25 plus your booking fee. So it's about 27 quid all in. 2 hours, live streaming, small numbers, delivered via webinar. We'll talk equipment, we'll talk platforms, we'll talk what you need to do to get great results from live streaming, as I am doing it right now. Whether it's just you and a mobile phone, you and multiple cameras, if you want to have graphics and overlays, whatever you need there, the Introduction to Live Streaming course, 30th of August is for you. You can get your tickets right in there. Just click on the link, comsteria.co.uk/events. Emma's going to be on the 2nd of September, doing an Instagram Reels and TikTok course. What we start to see is social media platforms fragmenting, right? So there are things you can do on Instagram Reels and TikTok that you maybe can't do other places. How do you shoot that stuff? How do you edit it? How do you make it happen? We've all probably seen it, but if you're a government department or a charity or a sports governing body, what can you do with, or a recruitment agency, what can you do with Instagram Reels and TikTok? Emma knows. She's going to show you. There's case studies, there's examples. I hesitate to say it's going to blow your mind, but people tell us this course blows their mind and opens up a whole other dimension. And see, even if it's just you and your smartphone, you can do this and you can get great results. And Emma's going to show you on the 2nd of September. Again, £25. We're trying these out, this format, this kind of 2-hour format with small numbers. And if it works, we'll do more and we'll probably knock the price up a little bit. So come and grab this while you can. comsteria.co.uk/events. Emma works with me. She's my wife. She's my business partner. She was a school teacher, but she is amazing with all this video stuff. So check that one out. And then, because of all the other stuff I do, and I am completely honest with you all the time on these live streams, for every business at the moment, you come out the summer break, you've not done marketing, you think, maybe it's a little quiet. Shit, right? That's what every business is doing right now. You'll see it. And the difference between me and them is I'm going to be totally honest with you, okay? You come off your summer holiday. Our kids were off school before that. They had to self-isolate. Someone in the class was off. So we're thinking, my goodness me, how many months has it been since we did proper marketing? How many months has it been since we went out with our proper products, right? And usually what happens with us, and I see this starting to happen already, we get busy with all the social media, with all the digital stuff, with the work that we do for our clients. We don't do that much under the Comsteria banner because generally speaking, we grow our business and we earn a living working with clients like the CIPR who I've just been talking to you about. We do a lot of our work for them and through the business gateways of the world and all these other organizations. And so often what happens is I get to the end of the year, like at Christmas or the end of the sort of school term with summer, where that's the benchmark for a lot of our calendars, isn't it? And I think, God, I've hardly done anything around media relations, around PR, around newspapers and television and radio. And actually when I started this business, which was back in 2011, 10 years ago now, that was going to be my focus. I thought, well, I've been a journalist, I'll jump ship, I'll do media training, like all these other guys that were, and most of them are guys, hopefully that starts changing, but these other guys that do media training at their end of their career. I thought, well, I'll do that, but I'll do it, in the middle of my career. I'll not wait till I'm ready to retire. It's going to be younger and it's going to be sharper, it's going to be more dynamic around how the modern media works. And so that's what we do. But we get so busy with all the digital stuff, all the social media, podcasting workshops, that quite often I realize, my goodness, I've hardly done any of the media training. So what I've put together for you on the 2nd of September is a down-to-earth introductory 2-hour basic media training course for anybody, right? So if you are running a very small business, if you're new to this, if you're trying to raise your profile, but you want better results, you want to get your business on radio, on television, in newspapers, I'm going to show you how to do it in this session. It's called Make Your Business Media Friendly. It's on the 2nd of September. And you can get your tickets from comsteria.co.uk/events. I cannot tell you when this will run again because already the calendar is starting to fill up with our other clients. The way our business tends to work is we have a small number of well-paying clients, high-volume clients that we do a lot of stuff with. And so we rarely run open courses. And I know that there are people that want this kind of lower cost, introductory level, lower duration. You'll see one of them, in fact, this one here, the Make Your Business Media Friendly one, I'm running it at 8 p.m., 8 till 10 in the evening, again, because I know there's a lot of you can't make it during normal business hours. If you're already in a job working for someone else, but you've got your sideline business, you want to learn these PR skills, come and learn them 8 p.m. till 10 p.m. with me on the 2nd of September. The other ones are during the day. So the live streaming course is 2 till 4 on a Monday afternoon. The Instagram session that Emma's running, that's 10 till 12 on a Thursday morning. So we won't be running many of these, but you'll get them all at comsteria.co.uk/events. comsteria.co.uk/events. Instagram Reels and TikTok. Make your business media friendly, and an introduction to live streaming. If you're all cool and you've got all this, fine, pass it on to someone else. You know that there's someone that needs this. And this is our attempt to make something that is affordable, something that is, kind of lower introductory level, quick and simple. Just as you're getting back into it, maybe before things have got crazy hectic, come and join us at comsteria.co.uk/events. Check out that CIPR course for podcasting on the 8th of September, and also the session with NS Design, the Embrace the Space. Do that every sort of 2 or 3 months. Embrace the Space social media training. You find out about that at embracethespace.co.uk. Before I go, let me give you a little bit of value, and thank you very much for watching this, and thank you for spreading the word. You know, you make this business of ours what it is, and we love. I believe that good communication is the way I help the world, right? If I can help people, anybody, everybody, communicate more effectively, then everything gets easier, right? And you know, you look at our world just now, and the bother that is caused. People talk about religion causing the bother. It is, of course it is. There's all sorts of things cause the bother. Part of what causes the bother is poor communication, right? You've got America, you've got American values. You look at how they communicate their values around the world, not that well, okay? You look at people who are really passionate and vociferous about religious belief. You look at how they communicate that, really sometimes not that well. You look at our own governments, our third sector organisations, our profit-making commercial organisations. We all have communication problems, and it makes life hard. It alienates people. It causes difficulty. It upsets our own staff. You know, you can look at it a huge, big kind of macro level, or you can go right down to tiny little things. And I think, well, what difference can I make? What can I do? And quite often what I find is that people overcomplicate things, or they don't know who their audience is, or they lack a little confidence themselves, and so they don't tell the stories, the powerful stories that can help them connect with people. And when we connect with people, often the rest takes care of itself, and they get the credit that they deserve, you know. And that's what I love about my work. That's why I do this. And so one of the things I had, and it was a light bulb moment a few years ago, was, okay, that's what the company does, but why do we do it, and what's the aim, and what's the end result? And so the ultimate mission of Comsteria is to help everybody communicate more effectively. Well, how can I reach everybody if, you know, my client base is Scotland's public sector, or if my client base is, you know, chartered institutes, or all my courses are X £100? How can I reach everybody doing that? So a couple of years ago, we started developing other products and services, other delivery methods, like these webinars, which are £25 a head, like the book that I wrote with Gary Ennis, the Embrace the Space book, which you can get. If you take a Kindle subscription, it's baked up in that. You don't necessarily need to pay for our book. There's always discounts and offers. If you really want it, let me know. I'll send you the PDF. So trying to make what I think is my mission or my skill set, whatever you want to call it, making that as accessible as possible. I do a podcast every day, the Comsteria podcast. Making it as accessible as I possibly can. We'll do these live streaming, these live streams. We also have on-demand session as well. If you go to comsteria.co.uk/on-demand, then you can get pre-recorded, packaged up videos of some of our best courses. Wherever you are in the world, whatever kit you have, whatever time of the day it is, you can learn some of what we have. comsteria.co.uk/on-demand. Click the button, pay us what it asks for. Again, it's about £19-20, and you're learning that and you're making a difference and you can pass it on. It's a year's unlimited access you'll get for that. That's at comsteria.co.uk/on-demand. I think what we've all realised, it's taken me a little while to realise it, is that if we sit back and don't do anything, and by we I mean all of us, I mean you and me, we sit back and don't do anything, bad things happen, right? Other things happen and they go wrong. We cannot afford in our connected world to sit tight and kind of go with the flow. So we have to have a mission and we have to be quite aggressively trying to fulfill that mission. We have to try quite aggressively sometimes to get the word out about who we are and what we're doing. Now, I can help you do that, and for the last 11 years, I've been helping other people do that. And what we need to do now as a business to make sure we achieve our mission is we need to be doing that for ourselves. We need to be shouting much more about what we do and what we've got, so that people can come along and consume it. You know, every year businesses fail, not because they're not good businesses or because they're clueless. Some of them are very, very good, but they fail because not enough people know that they exist. I can help you with that. And, you know, I'm not content anymore to sit and wait for a large organization to come along and put on a full day course with 20 people in the room for me to come and deliver that. I need to get that out to everybody now. So this is how we're doing it. comsteria.co.uk/events, same website /on-demand. The book I wrote with Gary, the Embrace the Space course. Calendar's getting busy. Come and grab this stuff now and pass it on to your friends. And, you know, I would urge you, do the same yourself. Do the same yourself. Don't just sit and coast along and keep quiet, because you'll get to the point where you regret it. I spent a chunk of my life desperate to work in professional radio, desperate to have a professional radio program. I sacrificed a lot, put a huge amount into that, and achieved it. And when I achieved it, what did I spend my time doing? Playing music someone else chose, saying things someone else wanted me to say, and playing a truckload of adverts. When I was on Radio Clyde, I did a 4-hour program 6 days a week for 4 years. And within every hour of that program, 16 minutes of it was advertising. 16 minutes of it. And when I came out of that side of radio, I decided I'm not going to do that anymore. I had 4 years worth of radio shows that were gone. Right? Every day I would sit and broadcast for 4 hours a day for 6 days a week, and at the end of it all, it was gone. I look back on that section of my life, and some of it you wouldn't want to keep, right? Because it wasn't all that good. But that whole section of my life, that's gone. And I thought, I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to create things that have, at least I think, I mean, the radio stuff I was doing, I knew a lot of it had no lasting value. Bunch of adverts, bunch of crap that came out of my mouth, bunch of music that if I was to play it to you now, most of it, why on earth did they ever play that in the radio? Now, not everybody's going to like what I'm doing now, but at least I like it. At least I think it's got some sort of lasting value. And when we look at the reviews from the books and so on, it seems that there's something there. There's something that people seem to enjoy. So that's why I'm doing this, and that's what I've learnt over the last few years since this change in approach. I feel much more fulfilled. I feel much happier. I've got much more freedom. Family's much better. And I'm learning as well, because as I run these sessions, and Emma Baker, my wife, Emma runs the video course, and she's doing the Instagram and Reels session. We learn so much from the people that we work with. And we're in this, I would think it's such a fortunate position, and we're so grateful for it, that we can work across a week. We could work with a sole trader, new start, dog walking business, somebody that's doing Arbonne in their spare time, to a professional athlete, to an engineering company, to a gas distribution network, and everything in between. The full gamut of, from public sector, private sector, charities, anything and everything. It's absolutely fascinating and enriching. And, if you're in a job you don't like, seriously, think about going and doing the thing that you love. Go and do the thing that you really believe in. And if I can help you with that just by giving you some free advice, get on our website, comsteria.co.uk, drop me a note, get in touch. I get a kick out of sharing that and seeing people doing it, and when you come to us for training, it's me that you get, right? It's me and it's Emma if it's one of her courses. If you just wanted to learn the stuff, you can learn it from a book. The Dummies books are great. Live streaming for Dummies. I'm sure if they haven't done that, I'm sure they'll do it soon. There's loads of free advice on YouTube. But what you get when you come to us, to Comsteria, or the work that we do for these other people, for CIPR or with NS Design or whoever it is that we're partnering with, is you get us, you get this drive that we have, and it's not some holier than thou drive to make the world a better place. It comes from having done it wrong, having been part of systems and organizations that I didn't like, working for organizations that the ethics weren't there. That's why I'm doing this now. This is, my wife will sometimes say, I'll rant and rave. I'll watch the news. I'll rant and rave about like politics and so on. And sometimes, quite rightly, people go, "Well, what do you do? What do you do, Colin? You're quick enough to criticize all these other people. What do you do?" Well, this is what I do. This is the thing that I think I offer. This is my contribution. I'm not going to go into politics. I don't like it. I'm probably not going to go back into broadcasting. I don't like it. But I can do this. We can work together. We can plot a way through this. You can come with your questions. I can give you some guidance. I hope maybe I can inspire a little bit. Maybe I can make you think a little differently. Or I can put you with someone who will make you think a little differently. It doesn't all come from me. I guess I'm in the fortunate position of creating an environment where other people can do that with each other, and you can be part of that. Now, that sounds terribly grandiose, but, well, you need a reason to get up in the morning, don't you? And that's mine. So I've shared a ton more than I intended to in this little session today, but I hope that that's been useful. I hope that you think about it, and if you go on and you work with us, well, then that's great. If you pass this on to somebody else, that's great. But if you just go away and think about it a little, and then some way down the line, you take more control of the job that you're in. If you are in a comms role and that you think that your boss is a prick, and you think that the organization is doing things wrong, and why are they making you do all this stuff, then I would love it if at some point, somehow, you start to challenge some of that, and you start doing some of the things that are the right things to do. And, when I meet with people at various stages in their communications career, what I've just said quite often strikes a chord with them, because I think there's a lot of people in that position, and they're worried. They're worried about the future. God, there's nothing worse, isn't there, than like you think, "God, this is wrong. Why are we doing it like this? I know a better way." But you keep quiet about it. And then one day everything changes, right? One day the place shuts down. One day the idiot boss gets replaced. And you think, "God, I wish I'd spoken up. I wish I'd done that." Well, I really hope that you'll do it. And I'd really like to help you, whether that is through live streaming, or if it's Emma's Instagram and TikTok Reels, or whether it's about social media. Like, the wonderful thing about social media is it goes right to the heart of the company culture. If you want to change your company culture, get into social media. It can transform an organization. The way you treat each other, the way you treat your staff, your customers, it's all there. it can speak volumes about your organization. Like even something like if you're putting together a social media strategy, and I'll go, why are you not using text speak, or why don't you use emojis? Oh, we can't do that. Boss doesn't like it. Well, why not? And the interesting thing is the answer to that question, why? Why not? Why can't we use emojis? Now, I'm not saying you should, but go and ask that question, why, to whoever in your organization, and you'll get a really interesting answer that will tell you a lot about how they see the world and their place in it. And then you start talking about the diversity. Why we not? We want to say all these things about diversity. Why are we not using emojis? You'll get some fascinating insights. They'll tell you a lot about the people that you're working with, but the culture that you're part of. And then you can go about changing that. I believe, and I'm hopelessly biased, that we change the culture, start with the communication. We change the way we speak, eventually we'll change the culture. It's not the only thing. You go and speak to people in HR and internal comms. Of course, there's lots of other things at play as well. But the way that we communicate has a massive impact on the company culture. And I love it. And more than what I love it, frankly, I don't love it because my training's amazing. I love it because of what my clients do with that training. That's the bit that excites me. That's why I'm here. That's why I do this. And thank you very much for watching. I'm going to go now